This video is on how to make simple syrup. I'm going with the traditional 2-to-1 simple syrup, which means 2 cups of sugar per 1 cup of water. If you're looking at a drink recipe and it calls for simple syrup and it doesn't specify what ratio to use this one. If you're looking for a lighter syrup, you can go with 1 part sugar to 1 part water. But just realize that you'll have more water content in your drink. If you're not sure, or maybe you want something in between, you can go with 1.5 cups of sugar per 1 cup of water. And if you're making a syrup that has other flavors added to it, for example, jalapeno cilantro syrup, then maybe go with 1 part sugar to 1 part water so that the sugar doesn't overpower the other flavors. And if you want to learn how to make that type of syrup, I'll leave a link in the description of this video. This is really easy to make. To get started, you'll only need a few things. A measuring cup, a funnel, I'm using organic cane sugar, but you can use whatever kind of sugar you like, and a nice glass container to keep it in. In this case, I'm using an apple juice container. Just make sure it's glass, you don't want to use plastic. Before you use it, make sure it's washed really well in really hot water. It's got to be sterile. And if you're doing the 2 part sugar to 1 part water mixture like I'm doing here today, you don't need to store it in your refrigerator. You can leave it on your countertop. It'll be good for a long time. If you're using anything less than the 2-to-1 mixture, I'd go ahead and store it in the refrigerator. Let's get started by adding 1 cup of water. And every stove is a little different, but I'm going to put this one on medium. Now add 2 cups of sugar. If you're using organic cane sugar, when you first pour it in, you'll see that it's kind of golden and non-transparent. Just keep stirring it. As it heats up, you'll see that the sugar melts and it'll start to be more transparent. As soon as it begins to boil, go ahead and turn the temperature off and continue stirring. You don't want to burn it, you just want it hot enough to where the sugar liquefies. I wouldn't put an exact time on how long to cook this because every stove is going to be a little bit different, but in this case it took about 4 or 5 minutes. And that includes all the time that it took to put in the sugar, put in the water, turn the stove on, and it begins to cook and slowly starts to boil. You can see that it's kind of sudsy right now, but as it begins to cool off, it'll clear up. I'm going to let this cool for about 15 minutes and then I'm going to pour it in the glass container. Okay, now I'm just going to place my funnel in the glass container and start pouring the simple syrup in. This one is going to be like actual syrup, which you think syrup should be. It's a little bit thick. If you're using the 1-to-1 ratio, it's going to be more like water and it's going to pour in a lot easier, a lot faster. So just let it cool off before you put the lid on it, and congratulations, you're done. This is going to add a little something special to all your drinks that call for simple syrup or sugar. So if the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of sugar, instead of doing that, just put like half an ounce or maybe an ounce of simple syrup. Using simple syrup instead of just dumping sugar in your drink does make a big difference. It's a big improvement over regular sugar, so go ahead and impress your friends with your drink making skills. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.